Just before disappearing into military service, Jungkook left behind a haunting song, Hate You. At first listen, it's just heartbreak. But is it really about love or something much deeper? As ARMY dives into every lyric, some fans believe Hate You isn't just about a relationship breakup, but a farewell to something bigger. Fame, the idol life, or even BTS itself. Why did Jungkook choose this message right before enlistment? Why does the song feel like a confession he couldn't say out loud? And could this be a glimpse of who Jungkook is becoming, a version we're not ready for? In this emotional breakdown, we'll uncover the meaning behind every lyric, the timing of the release, and the chilling possibility that Hate You is Jungkook's quiet rebellion before walking away from everything. He didn't write it for love. He wrote it for freedom, and we're only just realizing it when Hate You dropped in November 2023, just weeks before Jungkook enlisted for military service. Fans were expecting a love ballad. Maybe bittersweet, maybe dramatic. What they weren't expecting was a confession from the opening lines. Jungkook's voice is restrained, almost like he's holding something in. The production is minimal. His tone? Cold. Not angry. Not heartbroken. Just tired. I hate you. I hate that I still care. It doesn't sound like a breakup with a lover. It sounds like a goodbye to something toxic, something that once gave him joy, but now leaves him empty. Could it be the idol life? Why release this song right before disappearing from public view for 18 months? Jungkook had already released explosive hits like 7 and Standing Next to You. They were bold, confident, sensual. But Hate You was a complete 180. This wasn't performance, it was closure. Industry insiders quietly noted that HYB did not heavily promote the track. There were no flashy teasers, no aggressive playlisting. Even the visuals were muted, and when fans asked Jungkook what the song meant, he said almost nothing. Just, "You'll understand someday." That silence spoke volumes. Let's break it down. I wish I could forget you but I breathe you every day. This could be a metaphor for a toxic relationship, but what if the you isn't a person but a lifestyle? You were my dream, now I'm your prisoner. This line hits hard. Jungkook always said BTS was his dream, but now he feels trapped. This lyric mirrors something he confessed during a Weverse Live in 2022. I love singing, but sometimes I wonder if I ever had a choice. What if Hate You is the answer to that question? Most idols leave a bright, hopeful message before enlistment. But Jungkook didn't go that route. Instead, he dropped a song about internal conflict, emotional exhaustion, and detachment. Don't call me when it's over / I won't pick up the pain. It almost sounds like he doesn't want to return, not just to a relationship, but to the version of himself the world expects. And in his farewell message before military service, there was one line that stood out. I hope you'll all stay healthy and happy no matter what happens. No matter what happens. Why did that feel like a warning? In the chaos of enlistment announcements, promotions, and goodbyes, Hate You was quietly pushed to the background. But now, months later, fans are re-listening, reanalyzing. Reddit threads are exploding with theories. TikToks are surfacing emotional edits. Comments like, "This wasn't about a breakup. It was about leaving us. Now I understand why I cried the first time I heard it. It was a goodbye I didn't see coming." And maybe that's exactly what Jungkook intended, a song that wouldn't make sense until he was already gone. Jungkook has always been the golden boy, the youngest, the perfect one, but Hate You isn't perfect. It's raw. It's wounded. And maybe that's what makes it the most honest thing he's ever released. In past interviews, he often hinted that he wanted to find himself as an artist, outside BTS, outside expectations. This song might be that first real step, not as Jungkook of BTS, but as John Jungkook, the man who's no longer willing to pretend he's happy for everyone else's sake. When Jungkook completes his military service, he will return to a world that expects him to pick up where he left off. But what if he doesn't? What if Hate You wasn't just a song, but a promise? A promise that when he comes back, he won't be the same, that he won't play the golden magne anymore, that he'll choose honesty over image, and maybe choose freedom over the fame that once raised him. Jungkook wasn't just talented, he was tailored from the very start. He was framed as the golden magne, the one who could do everything. Dance, sing, rap, visuals flawless. But that image was never truly his. He often confessed that he joined Big Hit young, unsure of himself. He grew up on stages, under pressure, constantly monitored by cameras, critics, and comments. He was told what to wear, what to say, who to be. And the scary part is, he got so good at it, most people forgot to ask, what if Jungkook doesn't want to be perfect anymore? Over time, ARMY has become emotionally intelligent, able to pick up on subtle shifts in the members. Tones, expressions, silences. But even with all our love, we're still outsiders looking in. We saw Jungkook's tattoos and called them growth. We watched his solo lives and said, he seems different. But we didn't know how deep it really are. Diane, hate you. He doesn't explain himself. He doesn't try to make us comfortable. And maybe that's the point. He's not performing anymore. He's processing. And we're just lucky he let us hear it. Military life strips away the layers. There are no cameras and no stylists and screaming fans. Just routine, silence, solitude, and time to think. For someone like Jungkook, who's lived in the noise since he was a teenager, this isn't just a break. It's a rebirth. When he returns, he won't just be rested. He might be rebuilt, stronger, colder, wiser, clearer about what he wants and what he no longer owes anyone. Let's be honest. K-pop is built on images. But what if Jungkook no longer fits the image he helped build? What if, after military life, he no longer wants to do synchronized choreo on stage, smile in interviews he doesn't believe in, hide his romantic life for the sake of a clean profile, endure the crushing pressure of always being the face? The fandom would have to face a painful reality. Jungkook might love BTS, but he might not want to be BTS anymore. Look back. The Mayu fan song. The emotional IG stories. The growing absence from variety content. The reflective Wever slevs. Even his decision to go solo before Jin, before RM, before any of the others. It wasn't just about timing, it was about agency. Jungkook was carving his lane, quietly but clearly, and Hate You may have been the final brushstroke in the portrait of an artist, ready to walk away from the frame. When he comes back, he could drop a solo album even more raw than Golden explore acting, directing, or global collaborations, or fade away quietly and rebuild a private life. Would we still support him if he walked away from the idol spotlight? Would we still call him our Jungkook if he no longer sang in perfect sync with 6 others? These are questions that cut deep, because fans don't just love the artist, they love the idea. And Hate You, it shattered that idea. To be why loving him. We expect access to be why following him. We expect updates to be why supporting him. We expect something in return. But maybe what Jungkook needs most is to give us less content, less performance, less of himself. And maybe what he's hoping, begging, is that we'll love him even when he no longer plays the part. That will stay even when he's not idol Jungkook. Even when he's just John Jungkook. Flawed, quiet, human, and no one knows exactly, but Hate You gives us a silhouette. He's not the bright-eyed trainee anymore. He's not just the sexy soloist from 7. He's not even fully BTS Golden Magne. Right now, he's a young man in transition, a man learning how to separate the applause from his identity, a man reckoning with the life he inherited and the life he wants, a man who's no longer afraid to say, I hate what I became, and I'm ready to become something else. So we wait, not just for his discharge date, not just for a new album, but for the version of Jungkook who walks out of that military base. Will he still want the stage? Will he still want the spotlight? Will he still be ours? Or will he look at the cameras, the pressure, the image, and say, thank you, but no more? Because if Hate You is any sign, then what Jungkook needed most was never applause, it was freedom. Right now, everything feels quiet. Jungkook is serving, BTS is on hiatus. The fandom is waiting patiently. But this is not peace. This is tension. Tension before a comeback that may not look or sound anything like we expect. Because Jungkook isn't just returning from the military, he's returning from a world where no one controlled him. And stylists. No cameras. No choreography. No daily monitoring by the industry. He's been free. And once someone tastes freedom, They rarely go back willingly. We all dream of it. 2025. All 7 members back. One stage, one song, one heartbeat. But here's the truth no one wants to say out loud. What if one of them doesn't want it? And what if that one is Jungkook, the youngest, the most adaptable, the most artistic, the one who's already shown a taste for solo independence? Think about it. He's collaborated with Western producers. He's built his own brand of sensual, adult storytelling. He's even distanced himself emotionally in subtle ways. Would it be heartbreaking to see BTS return without Jungkook's full heart in it? Yes. But would it be wrong for him to protect himself after years of giving everything away?